All right, triangles. Welcome to another episode of the Triglavian Times, or the clusterfuck as I like to call it. I'm your host, Sabbat, and I'm here with Reese.
Yeah,
It's a
and I just got jumped on by a curse.
ooh, look at that. Don't die.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm neutered to hell.
Yep. Um, we're having a more relaxed, fun episode today. Got a couple little random fun things to talk about today. Let's kick it off with Reese dying. That's a new. That's the best kill of the week.
Please.
um, Start this one off. The compression stuff. I finally got to have that fun. I finished my training. I think last week Saturday. So I had to refit my
Oh, I got
Orca.
away. He
Oh,
ran
what?
out. He ran out of cap nuding me.
Oh shit. Um, I finally got my Orca fet with compression mods. Um, God, is it so much fun to compress?
Oh, compression is nice.
Hmm.
Very, very nice.
Yep, I'm very excited about it. It tickled my pickle. um, but yeah, I was excited to get that tested out. There's one thing I do have to complain about it is the heavy water. Um, you need a fuck ton of it if you're gonna be sitting on grid for a while.
Yeah, it's the difference between like the T1 and the T2 court is too much. It's like T1, oh, 50 water per cycle. That's nothing.
Yeah,
And then you get the T2, and this is with max skills, 150. That's triple. And the fuel bays are small.
yeah.
They're
Oh
really small for what you're going to be doing.
yeah. It sucks. I will say that, but I do enjoy using it. I mean, it's great to compress big stuff into a lot smaller and be able to move it easier.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they should have had this out when they started the whole thing of, well, let's get this going, let's get this going. Like we want you to move everything around, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. We want you to move stuff around so it can potentially die in space. And no one moved
Yeah.
anything because there was no point to do it because everything was too big.
Well, that's why you refined the moon goo. But
Yep.
no moon goo really got moved out of
Uh,
nullsec, really.
Everything was mined in structures and then potentially moved as resources after the fact.
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah, they could have used it, and with Pacman in general. I mean,
Yeah.
there should have been something in place already for. I think they should have added it as something for um, uh, standings requirements. Like, hey, you get like 6 standing, you can compress in Pacman instead of
Well,
what it is.
I mean, don't they want that hidden behind Omega anyways? Like, you can't compress if you're not Omega, as far as I know.
Yeah, yeah,
But maybe something with the code doesn't check if you're Omega or not uh if
yeah,
you're in
probably.
space. Or if you're in a station. It's not like, oh, you're Omega, you can't do this.
But I still don't see an Omega character getting 6.0 standing.
Well, a
I mean, it
non-Omega? I
could
don't know.
happen, but I mean,
I don't
dropping
know.
down from Alpha to Omega, yeah, sure. I mean, but they should have done something, like, period. Like,
Yeah, they should, but they don't.
the size of Trig ore is too high. Um, so yeah, it'll be fun to get that rolling for myself to see how how small I can compress all my mining that I do in Pacman because I need to build ships.
Well, There is the good and the bad. That is the fact that you need an Orca or a Rourke to compress moon mining. You can't just have your Athanor going.
No, yep, yep, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that because putting an Athanor in space is a lot of money. You know,
Yep, yeah. No, I get it. I just don't. The big thing that I don't like is some of the restrictions on the porp in particular.
we
Um,
need ice compression in a porp.
yeah, I don't know why the porp doesn't have ice compression, but
You still have to
um,
pick one at a time. It's not like you can have three of them going at once.
oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, yeah, because I literally only fit one on my Orca.
I mean, Orca, you could fit more if you're not worried about all the other things. You know,
Yeah, I mean, but I'm running boosters and the industrial core and then the compression core, so I think I have one thing left for my drones, and that's it.
but here's my
In my
question: Do you
slot.
have like, do you are you using the rig that makes the mining field smaller?
I use the Tech 1 version. I didn't feel like shelling out more risk for the Tech 2, which the Tech 1, I think it's like a 5% difference. It's pointless between Tech 1
Yeah,
and Tech 2.
but honestly, if you're using Hulks, you should be able to reach most of your field if you park in the right spot.
Yeah. No, I play it nice. I got some guys that pay me taxes, so I play it nice and let them mine because I mine a lot faster than them. So
But do you
I'm good.
tax them on what they mine, or do you just tax them for a day rate or something?
I tax them on what they mine, and then a lot of them actually reprocess in my structures. So I'm like, ha,
Well, that is nice,
well, thanks,
but
thanks for.
you tax them on their waste too, don't you?
I just do a flat rate on their on whatever they mine. I don't tax them on the waste because I think the first night because I only got 4 hours of mining in. There's only 14 rare moon ores left out of like the 30 that popped or the 35 that popped. So I nuked all that down on my own. So I didn't really care at that point. I got like 20 out of the 35 or something like that, and I was like, whatever. I don't really care. But all right, let's get away from the boring mining stuff a little bit.
Mining
I
can be a
mean,
lot of
Reese, me and you
fun.
could talk about mining for hours. So, but it
Well,
doesn't make for a fun show.
well, I know you want to talk about something that happened recently, so why
Yep.
don't you go ahead?
Yep. Eviction, Sinking Atlantis. Oh God, that was so much fun. I didn't get all the fun of doing the first hits and all. I wasn't in any of the big battles. I was there for the Hall timers, which was fun
Do you
because
do you agree with the propaganda that it was like revenge for triangles?
I think it was just something fun to do. I mean, Kyber doesn't really have any. We don't have like really bad blood, but we also don't have really good blood with Ash either. Um,
Sort of a neutral standing?
Sort of it's gray, so shoot it standing.
Yeah,
So
it's not a blue troll.
yeah, it's not a blue troll. It's your fair game. Um, but it was fun. It was fun hopping in on that. The whole control done was fucking hilarious. Um, because I just kept rolling that hole until we showed up and the guys doing whole control stopped to let all. I mean, it was a decent sized fleet of us to hop in, and we get in. We got onto the Astra house that was set up, which was called like police station or something like that. It was really hilarious. The guys that were running everything were like
Wasn't it the
they
wormhole police?
it was yeah, well, mother cluckers, that group of guys. So you also had Kaldari militia, Amar militia, um
Well,
and a bunch of
honestly
guys.
though, the wormhole police have some funny videos
Yeah.
of where they RP it out, and
Yeah.
it's really I enjoyed them. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, some of them are hilarious. But yeah, we rolled in. I was only able to be on one of the two Athenors that were in Hull, because I had to wake up at like 5 in the morning to go to work. So I got on the first kill, and it was pretty funny. Um, we start shooting at the structure. We notice there's people in the structure, and we're like, is someone going to be operating this structure? What's going on? And then after Altheon docks a Falgorn, everyone locks it up. He redocks after he got locked up, and then undocks again, and then we just proceeded to delete him off the field, pod him out, and then destroyed the Athenor.
Well, speaking of like structures, what do you think about some of those structure changes coming up and making them weaker, making them
Yeah.
easier to burn down?
Well, I can't say it's a bad thing at all, but I was looking at one of the systems, because I always kind of keep an eye on it, because just for the giggles. And one person did the whole timer on a Ritaru by themselves with a Leshek. Don't know how many hours it took, but one person did it by themselves. So
Well, also they have to reload PDS and all this other
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
and I'm like, that's going to open up holes.
yep. I kind of like some of the changes. I really do. I do think that Citadels, it became Citadels in space a little too much. So I like that they are kind of easier to make them go boom. But I there are some things that I have to look at a little bit more and and kind of figure out what exactly is going to happen with some of the structures. I mean, it's not like
Personally,
I'm.
what I don't think it's going to stop
Oh
Goon's 1DQ
no, they'll.
hell grid. Their hell grid's powerful.
Yeah. No, I don't really see a lot of the big blocks stopping it. I think it actually it's going to stop other people from being like, is it really worth it? Like the cost is now like it's not as strong as it was before. Is it really worth it to put a structure up?
They should be a little bit cheaper to drop if they're going to be weaker.
Yeah, potentially. They should be cheaper if they're going to be weaker. And then you're
Well,
going
at
to have
least
more
drop
people
the
throwing
core
crap.
price.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Um, I don't think you'll see as much proliferation of. I know that the XL structures are getting hit with some weirder stuff. Happy I don't have any of those.
I don't think they're done with everything
Yeah.
either.
I think the changes it's gonna take a couple passes before it gets done. Because I think if
Yeah.
they announce it, everyone's gonna scream like they did with compression, and the CCP is gonna be like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to put this on hold again." So
Putting
until we
it
can sort
on
this
hold
out,
is
we're
good and bad.
you know, structures will be at that point of people will re over it, and it it wouldn't be good if they don't have something fully fledged out where the people are okay with it either. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you fuck structures up too much, you're kind of fucking a huge section of your player base.
What are you talking about, man? It's just fine, not nothing the God-given right.
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, it'd make nullsec more fun because nullsec would be, some of those smaller alliances out there. You could go and fuck with their shit up a lot easier. But I mean, it's still that you're fucking over the little guy a little bit harder than the big guy,
Yeah.
and that's the happy medium ground. You can't screw over the little guy who has one structure, or completely fuck over the big boys and the huge null block coalitions that own hundreds of structures.
I still think that asset safety should be like made absolutely horrible in nullsec.
I just don't think you should
Like,
get
trip,
safety in nullsec.
I believe it should all drop,
Mm-hmm.
just like wormholes.
Yep.
Because why is Concord picking your stuff up? Where's the lore reason? Who says you're going to allow Concord to come out there?
Yep.
Who? I ain't going to let Concord touch my stuff out there.
Yeah. It'd be great if it could just go boom. It'd be a pinata like the fun of wormholes and stuff.
What
Wormholes
if
and
we just
popping.
what if we just get rid of the whole bounty system and just make it blue loot where you have to, loot it and other people can loot it too?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Pure ISK is not always a good idea.
yeah. But oh yeah, one second. I want to backtrack tiny little bit.
Hmm.
I don't know if you watched the video that they put out for the sinking Atlantis video.
I
Uh,
don't think I did.
oh, it was pretty funny. I kind of giggled because my name was on the list, and I was like, "Ha!" Because they did the
What did
credits
Wormhole
of
Police make it?
they did the credits in the very end of all the people who participated. So I kind of giggled a little bit, but it was so hilarious because some of the guys got into Ashtarothi's. Well, it was a public channel, but Ashtarothi had the Sink Atlantis channel, and one of the guys was in it like all day, paying attention uh, to what they were saying and whatnot. And I think we were getting ready. I think we are getting ready to leave the Astra house, and he's like, "Should I share the channel link to everyone?" So you got like 50 something people all of a sudden hopping in, and we treated it like Jita Local. Like it totally turned into Jita Local, like so bad, spamming the fuck out of it. Like it was great.
I mean, Jitta Local's a cesspit.
Oh, we turned it into a cesspool very quick. It was quite entertaining. Felt very happy contributing to it.
Were you spamming hypernet listings?
No, no, but one guy was. He was spamming a hypernet listing for an Athanor while we were shooting the Athanor.
That sounds good to me, man. I mean,
No,
that's
I
the
was
true peak Jitta.
I was doing my usual like anti-Eden com, like I want your shoes. Like I was doing my normal spam that we've gotten
You
war decked over
mean
before. So
you mean Edencom that doesn't want to come into Pochfin to fight the enemy they signed up for?
yeah,
It's like you signed up to Edencom. Come on.
yeah,
Let's have let's have some fun fights. Let's do it. Really. I'm not even memeing. Let's have some fun fights. Let's have some cool things,
yeah. Invade our
Let
space. Have some fun with us.
Although I wish there were actual like trig incursions where we could temporarily take over high sec systems again.
I think that would make it so much fun. Well, I think the only way to make that work would be well, it's not the only way to make it work, but I mean, this goes into faction warfare, and I know faction warfare needs giant rework over, and I don't want them getting fucked on a rework just to make Triggs happy. But
Uh, I think
I
we
do
could make
think
it work.
what would be fun would be if faction warfare instead of like the left right slider, they add something where Trig could have faction warfare members, and Eden Comp could have faction warfare members, and you could actually not only just do you know Galente Caldari slider, but you could have a slider where, Triggs and Edencom are fighting over a system like in faction warfare also.
Yeah,
Or
I
make
just wouldn't
something
want it.
similar to that.
I wouldn't want it to tank standings though so hard. I think that's one of the worst things about faction warfare
Yeah.
is tanking
Well,
your standings, having to rebuy,
hmm
and it's a little tough
it's
because
one
I've
of the
got some
reasons
friends
I
who are
don't do
doing
it.
faction warfare.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I don't faction warfare. I have an alpha character that literally is just log in just to get the daily login so I can get the free skill points every month, but
Yeah.
I haven't touched it since December, I think.
Yeah, it's really tough. And if it gave actual like trig standings at a decent rate, man,
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
yeah. No, and Edencom needs real benefits. I do agree with that. One of the guys
Oh,
in chat saying that.
yeah, Edencom does need a proper thing. But here's the thing. Edencom doesn't want to run their world arc in the triangle because it's too dangerous.
That is very
But
true.
it's
And
dangerous for the ops fleets too.
yeah, we just are willing to do it. We're willing to risk it for the biscuit. But Edencom needs benefits. Triggs needs their goddamn LP store fixed because half that shit you can't, really easily get.
Well, what
Like,
about like how do I put this? What about if they actually finish the epic storyline for each faction? Actually have some agents. The code is in there. They could make it happen.
but it's not buying retrievers for $25.
Oh, dude, that's such a good deal. You should have bought three. You should have bought three. It would have been a good investment.
Like, I don't want to get into that huge fucking shit show of a talk. I mean, every other podcast has fucked
Yeah.
around with it too much, and I don't want to get into it, but fuck, there's so many good options out there that could bring in money so they could finish some of these lofty projects that got started and never finished. I mean, if I had
Didn't they
Uriel on here
pull?
right now,
Didn't they pull the guy that was doing trig stuff to do the NPE, and that's why the
yep,
NPE is so nice?
yeah,
And they didn't let him finish what he was doing.
Sledgehammer, yeah, the Trigs are Sledgehammers, baby.
Like,
But
please
you
let
get
Sledgehammer finish things.
get Uriel. If like Uriel was on right now, Uriel would be like, oh yeah, Drifters aren't even finished yet either. Like,
Yeah,
they had this
make
huge storyline, and then they just, oh, nope, we'll just put this on the back burner and maybe get to it in a decade.
yeah, and that's too late. I'm sorry. Yeah. In 10 years, I might not be playing this. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm still playing this in 10 years. I would be surprised that CCP didn't fuck something up so bad that the entire player base just gave up.
I mean, Hilmar was meeting NFT people at GDC,
Yep.
and it's like, dude, are you just trying to be relevant? Are you having a midlife crisis?
Yeah.
Is that your problem, bud? Do you need money? Because we can help you with money. Just cat
just
ears. Let's
yeah,
do it.
just cat ears. You want like a fast influx of money? Give us cat ears.
Yeah, you want free money? I know it's a meme, but come on.
But I guarantee. I mean, I would buy it just because of the giggles.
Oh, we
But
should say it. We should say what you did. You bought the skins, remember?
oh yeah,
The Kybernut
uh,
skins.
bought all those Kybernaut skins. Peer pressured into it. Opus tried to deny me getting kicked after I was like, look, I bought all the skins.
And not only did you buy all of them, you only bought the ones for the trig ships.
Yep. I had to, man. I love my trig ships. I just wish more trig ships had the Kybernaut skin.
Yeah.
Don't
But
get why the full line doesn't have it.
I want my trig other ships that they've said they've been designed, they're just not in yet.
I want my hauling ship. I want trig hauling ship.
People are just going to blow it up just because it's a trig ship.
Yeah, I know.
Safety's going to be like, no trig haulers in our space.
Oh, it probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't come back. But I just want it. I love collecting. Ooh, yeah, a trig Corvette. If you do board my Corvette and Pokemon, it should give you a trig Corvette. That would be awesome.
I
Oh fuck.
want the I want the epic art to give you an ability to become a trig.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Change change what race you are just by your bioadaptive suit.
Yeah,
Spend a little time in Pirun basking in some mutaplasmid.
why not? Oh, I want the Trig mining ship already.
Ah, I still think it'd
Oh,
be so much fun to have the Trig mining laser ramp up like their
yeah.
weapons do.
And I honestly think it would actually work for the balance that um the devs are trying to do is where you're staying on field and you're putting more time in, and that's how you get your rewards.
Yep, I think it'd be awesome. But Trig Corvette would be hilarious. You have to admit,
Yeah,
like that would be pretty funny. I mean, I still will scream from the rooftops. I want my Trig Marauder. I want an OP Lashak with 3 disintegrators on it.
you know that all they're going to do is nerf the Lashak when that happens and give you a half-hearted Marauder.
I know, I
Because
know. But
basically a Lashak is a Marauder without a siege module.
hmm I love my Shacks. Actually, it was like doing an inventory in JITA of what ships I have, and was a little surprised. Didn't think I had that many Lashaks just sitting there.
How many do you have?
11 or something in JITA.
That's a
I
few.
well, when there was the Trig ship crisis where there wasn't many on the market, I may or may not have bought all of them off of JITA Market.
Well, now they're worth more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they are, but I'm not gonna sell them. It's really hard for me to sell a ship. Um, well, yeah, no, there's some things that they could do. The NFT thing is funny because I actually just watched a video recently um, talking about how Elden Ring and Tiny Tina's Adventure or whatever, I can't remember what the new Gearbox game for Borderlands was, like talking about the reason why there's so much hype and so much love about those two games right now is because there's no microtransaction. The game is finished, and um, there's like nothing. Like there's zero plans to add any of that stuff into it, proving that you know game designers can still put out a great quality game without using greed as a factor.
Oh, sorry, I'm just getting jumped. Somebody's trying to jump on me in a hurricane, and
Uh,
I'm avoiding it. Later,
um,
player.
yeah. So like, I just want CZP to listen to their player base a little bit more on what we're willing to spend money on, because they could make money hand over fist doing some very tiny things. And I know a lot of people that buy cat ears. I know a lot of people that would, fuck, you do a $50 pack for X number of skins of custom skin for structures.
Yeah.
People would, it could be like $100 for 5 skins of custom skin of your design, and you get 5 of them. Well, you get everyone and their mother wanting the custom skin for their alliance.
Well, the problem is that they're like, oh, what happens if you leave that alliance and all that stuff? I'm like, you should keep the skin,
Yeah,
except for building skin. Building skins should be bound to alliance.
yeah, but whatever. I don't want to get into it anymore. Uh, what else is there, Reese? You had a couple things you wanted to
I mean,
spit about.
we had that orca that was mining in the triangle. You got the link in the
Yeah.
thing.
Poor dumb soul.
Yeah, bringing an orca thinking they can get away with what somebody else I know does very well.
Yeah,
But I don't understand them.
yeah.
It's
And
it's
I
like,
feel
oh, there's another guy who made a video about mining uh in the triangle, and he said it wasn't worth it. He was just out. He was out, and I'm like, all right, man. Have a nice day, but if you want to feed some chips, hang
Go ahead.
around.
Yeah, no. What a
I
dum
mean,
dum. What?
I mean, it's high adventure mining. You got to be careful. You can make money, but you're going to lose money too.
Yeah. I mean, that's everything in Eve. You gotta. It's risk versus
Unless
reward.
unless you're in Care Bear Town and high sec.
No, Care Bear Town is under the super umbrella, and you're mining in Oracle.
Nobody mines an Oracle anymore, man. Do you see how much waste there is in each drone?
Yeah,
And those are
that's why I don't
faction
drone mine
drones?
anymore. I actually groan when I see drones on any mining grid.
No, just use T1s, but
Yeah,
it's like why would why would you make the faction drones waste? I thought that was the whole point. Faction doesn't.
no, that should
And
have
then
been.
it's like, oh, only lasers.
Yeah, something should have been done about it, but whatever.
Well, how
Um,
far have you gotten into training for things for your orca? I mean, are
my
you
orca
full
can.
in? Are you
I'm
full in?
Yeah, I'm full in. That's why my battle orca does almost 1,000 DPS in when the core is activated. And I think it can be a little bit more if I think I need level 5 for some of my drones, my combat drones, and I'll probably instead of like 965 or something like that, I'll probably be pushing really close to 1,000.
Hmm, and that's pretty strong.
Well,
You might be able to rip enough people to pieces, you know?
or you just have a fleet of battle orcas and bait people in.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing.
Nah, if someone saw 5 or 10 orcas sitting on grid, they'd just be like, nope. They're probably all battle
Well,
orcas. I mean, you'd catch the occasional dum dum, but the lock time, like I'd have to rearrange some of it to make the lock time faster.
man,
But
I don't know. I'm just I'm just hoping they do a couple more changes with the compression to give, a couple more options. But also, like, can we ever get a waste collection module for our Orca or our Porpoise? No, really. Like a
no,
space
yeah, that'd be cool.
vacuum.
Or do that with the Noctis.
Oh, did you see the Proteus is getting that buff?
Oh wait, what? No, I didn't see that.
Proteus is getting a drone bandwidth bonus to
Oh,
125.
hmm.
It's also getting a little bit more CPU and power grid, so you can fit more plates on it.
And still has 2 useless subsystems on
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's better. I think that it should be a drone powerhouse.
It's a little bit better, but it still has 2 useless subsystems on it. That's the downside.
I'm still a little salty that they like destroyed the nullifier module. It
Yeah,
was my taxi in nullsec, you know. I'm only going to get caught by someone pointing me, you know,
yeah, yeah.
not
Well,
the gate camps.
yeah, not the gate games. Well, that was the other
All
fun thing is I finally said fuck it because I used to occasionally take the orca out into Pakistan. And
yeah.
so I had the Higgs anchor on it, so at least if there was a bubble, I'd just pass through it. And
Well,
oh man,
I
it's done the
mean, you can skid with it now with the core.
yeah. Well, now I'm just like I'm good. It's not going in there right now. Not unless I have a
Are,
fleet of orcas with me.
are you afraid, man? What you afraid for?
Because you guys just killed one. Strybog would blue.
No,
You guys would blue me. You blue fuck me.
no, we wouldn't do that, man. We're good people. We respect blues.
You do? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you're not. You
We
guys aren't Tiger, so.
we aren't a lot of things. Let's be real.
Oh shit.
We respect our blues. We try to get along and have some fun with content, you know, and it's not everybody agrees with the content.
Yeah. we have our fun. I mean,
Yeah, it is what it is. There's no perfect thing ever.
oh fuck no. Gotta have your fun though. Anything else, Reese? There's a couple things you brought up. I don't know if
Oh,
we covered
I
it
can't
all.
remember the other thing though. I think I covered it mostly, other than me getting jumped on twice during the show and still getting away. I can't believe I got away from that curse though. He ran out of cap. He ran out of cap. He didn't have enough cap in there.
I'm wondering if that was the same curse that blapped a couple MTUs in
Um, yeah,
in you know.
he had no mid slot with battery, so he was out. And he had a 50 mn micro warp drive. So what do you think's going to happen? You're not going to catch up to me, even without afterburner.
Yeah.
He had two Nas because he got killed. He got killed by some legions after.
Serves him right.
I'm like, you can't even kill a prospect. Prospect can't even shoot back.
That's too funny. Now, some of our guys, you know, prospect kills you, according to some of our guys in Pachman.
Oh yeah, it tackles you and then friends come.
Yep. Oh yes.
Or or you fit blasters to it and it's just like, haha.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. The blaster prospect do a little bit of
It's
damage.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. It's fun when it blows up a blingy ship.
Somebody just starts like jumping on you and then it's like, wait, what? What's happening?
Why is a prospect killing me?
Well, I mean, the other day a bomber jumped on me and I got away just fine. He ran out of cap.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, I'm not fit paper tank. I've actually got some tank on the prospect. So they think it's going to be a two-shot hit and win and it's not.
And that's where my pacifier just, yes, I know I have the decloak delay, but if
Yeah,
I catch
we're
you, you're
different.
fucked.
Yeah, that's why we're blue. You're not going to catch me.
I still love taking that bastard out whenever I see like, oh, there's a venture on in this mining field. I'm gonna kill it.
A lot of ventures aren't paying attention because it's like no money on field.
Yeah, it's nothing.
I
Literally,
mean,
you
even
fill
my
up the
prospect.
you fill up the hold once, and you paid for your venture.
Yeah, I used to try to do venture mining, and one time I warped to an aura anomaly, and there was a drone Nix right there on grid and killed me. And I'm just like, well, guess mining's harder than I thought it was.
I think the last time I was actively mining in a venture was early 2007.
That's a long time ago.
Got into barges, never looked back.
I don't know. It's
I,
a
I,
matter of
I,
what you like.
I pay for the game, so I rather use expedition frigates and barges.
Yeah. I mean, I love my expedition frigates in pot when it's just the only way to go.
Yeah, I, I have a couple of them parked there to mine all the possible ore with crystals.
Well, if it
But
works, it works.
yeah, it works. They get off grid fast.
It's all fun and games until you turn around and you get boned.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
I'm lucky that I paid attention even though we were doing the show.
I I think when I brought all of my new fit ones with all the new crystals, once I was because I waited until all my characters were done with their trainings on it and everything to use the new crystals before I brought them in. think I mined for like 2 hours or so, and I think I made back most of my money on those ships already.
Crystals are not cheap,
No,
but
that's what hurts the most.
let's be real. The amount you can mine with them of
Yep.
like actual ISK value is ridiculous.
Oh yeah. That's the one thing that's kind of the letdown is well, Pockman's spooky scary space, so and porpoises can only do 2 bursts if I'm correct. And
Um, you could do 3 if you fit the chip, I think it is.
oh, okay.
But fitting the chip, you can't do lots of boosts. You're only able to do really one boost,
Yeah.
and one boost with compression. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that dilemma situation because if you could do 3 boosts, you could have the um, volatility reduction on there, so your crystals take less damage or have less chance to take damage. To save your
Hmm.
crystals for longer, the cores threw an interesting wrench into mining.
Oh, that's one thing about this game. You can't do everything
No,
with one ship
no,
at a time.
you got to fleet
You
up.
got to make trade-offs. You got to make trade-offs.
Yeah, make trade offs
Like,
or fleet up.
yeah,
Get some
it's
buddies.
like
Get some.
I'm just finally happy I got mining upgrades level 5
Wait, what,
on
dude?
my thing.
Even my like new characters already have mining character level 5. What the fuck, dude?
Mining upgrades,
Yeah, mining
the
upgrades
ones
fine.
that I had it at 4 for the longest. But that CPU overhead that you get from that is nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
It's it's like, sign me up,
Uh,
sign me up.
Granted, Reese, you and I are a little bit different. I made these characters purposely for mining, so
I'm
yeah.
also a one account, one character person.
Hey, when I'm PvPing, I only have one character.
And I'm up to, let me see here, 76 million skill points.
Mm, almost 130 on my main.
It's not great, but it works.
Got like a little bit less than a year, and I will have level 5 and everything destroyer and below.
Oh, you're talking like the T2 hull skills as
Yep,
well?
yep.
Yeah, I've got like cruiser and below base skills all done.
Yeah,
It's just like if you're talking like mining hulls, all of those are to 5, bud, unless it's the Noctis and the Rorqual.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't touch caps. My main doesn't touch caps. So before I started well, it was over. It was like a year and a month when I started this queue up, and I started up mainly because I wanted to go from T2 ships level 4 of 5 to level 5, weapons to 5. I already have pretty much every mid slot and low slot I use at 5 already. So I was like, all right, time to just throw all the T2 ships to level 5 in there, throw all weapon specializations to 5 in there, missiles to 5, like everything,
A lot
like
of skills and missiles.
everything, everything destroyer and below is going to be at 5. And then it's going to be the next. All right, well, now cruisers and battle cruisers. And I'm going to watch that one be like a year and a half.
Oh, dude, my current skill queue is 348 days.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And
I just love maximize my damage because some of the times that we throw out a random fit for like an AF or something when we're having fun, just frigate fun. and someone will be like, "Oh man, I'm doing like 250 DPS," and I look at mine, I'm like, "Fuck, dude, I'm doing like 330. What the fuck is wrong with your skill queue?"
There is the abyssal fight that's I think ending in a day or two.
Yep.
That's the cruiser free for all. I
No.
had a friend of mine do that, and it was pretty good. He was doing it with a caracal, but
All
you
right.
should give it a shot if you want to screw around.
Yeah, I should. I got a bunch of character skins, ships sitting around. Well, so what we're gonna do is, well, I got a fireside in a little bit less than 50 minutes to get to, so we're gonna start the wind down. And my favorite thing is Ashtaroth's here in chat right now. So my favorite recent kill since the last show was Ashtaroth's Balgorn on the eviction. That's actually not my favorite kill. We did roam around the triangle and had some Hecate fun, knocking out some caracals and crucifiers. Just having a little bit of fun with Hecates and tackle. So
Well,
not
I
as
mean,
expensive as the billionist Balgorn, but a lot more fun.
well, you can have a lot of fun in small ships. Only thing I do wish that they would improve with the CCP thing is they need to make it where if you're really starting off, you're able to fly some of these small ships really well. They should cut down the train time on a lot of the small ship stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you on that one. And
Like if you're flying a destroyer or below, that train time should be nearly non-existent
yeah,
to get those stuff together.
I and I also don't think I know you shouldn't go be able to go into Tech 2 ships, but I think you should be able to hit 5 in both for training and for the weapons in both for like alpha accounts or just
Well,
starting out because
Esmeralda's talking about the expert systems.
yeah,
Those are great. Those are great and all, but they're temporary. I still think it should be like super fast to train small stuff.
yeah.
Period.
I mean it is pretty quick, but I don't think they should be fast to train Tech 2s, but Tech 1s, yeah, destroyer crew frigate, yeah, I think it'd be a lot more helpful because that's where you start to learn a lot more about piloting. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I used to spend time in Noblogs a long time ago, and it's just like you're looking at these fits that take you three months to fly, and you're just like, wow, 3 months before I can really do something special.
yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that like you know, Kyber's got a bunch of different fleet doctrines that we fly, which are really loose on some things. Like literally, one of ours is basically tactical destroyers and assault frigates and tackle and E-war. Like, fly what you can fly, have fun. Like, no reason to be like squared into a box. But like, hey, you can fly a Griffin, but you can't fly a Hecate right now. Okay, fly a Griffin. You're still going to get on kill mails. You're still providing something. Like you don't. That's the other thing for new players that I don't really like is everyone's push towards this combat, blowing stuff up. But E-war and tackle,
Oh yeah,
they're
Evor is
so important.
disgusting.
Like it's so important for you to win a fight. Like it, yeah, I 1v1, I take out, I jump on people, I cloaky hunt on people 1v1 all the time, but when you're flying around with non-cloaky ships, like that little bit of E-war can tip the battle very quickly.
Wish that they would like make certain things like way easier. Although I have to give Ashrathi credit there. There's diminishing returns in training, and it should be the opposite way.
Yeah.
It really should. You've been here for 60 days. You're trying to get into this. Yeah, here we're boosting your training even more. Not just you're Omega, you get double. Cool,
Hey
double
Reese,
of small amounts, still low.
I just
You,
I didn't want to bring this up, but when I started playing, your first free month for Eve, you spent training all the learning skills.
I heard about that. Oh,
Yep.
Oh, and if you didn't train up the learning skills, you were screwed.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But also, it was a different time back then.
Yeah. Even
Players
fly.
today will not want to put up with that, and a lot of them aren't putting up with the idea of, what do you mean to fly a frigate? Well, I need like a month of training.
A month of training, but it's spread out. I mean, I think frigates 5 is
You
8 days or 10 days, something like that.
but you need all of the Magic 14 to really
Yeah.
make your fits work. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's not 30 days.
No, it's not.
That's
No. No. It's nowhere close to
like
30 days.
6 months,
Yeah.
especially if you don't have any implants, which no noob really has implants.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like for me, I always tell people that are newer to the game, like, don't worry about 5 of 5 on Magic 14. Get to 4, 3 is okay, but get to 3, 4 on them, and at least some of the fits that we hand out, you should be able to fly them. You might have
Well,
to meta a couple things here or there, but it
well,
is taxing.
well, the thing is that the Magic 14 gives you more HP with your armor. It gives you more HP um with your shields. It gives you faster regenning shields. It gives you all these things that make your ship better. And also, if you're up to high enough skills, you're able to T2 everything. And
Yep.
T2 is way cheaper than meta a lot of the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I totally agree with you on that one. Like T2 is, I mean, meta. I do meta random things down. Well, not anymore, but I used to
Well,
meta certain things down.
meta has good benefits and it gives and takes. The problem is that a lot of these players don't have the money for some of the meta stuff that's more expensive.
Yep, yep. But all right, Reese, is there anything you want to do? I'm gonna give myself about 2-ish more minutes before we shut this show down because I gotta run.
I mean, you already had my two near ganks
Yeah, you're too near ganks.
while I'm
Um,
actually on stream with you guys.
yeah. Um, don't think that's. I don't think I have anything else. I already kind of shouted out my favorite kills. Um,
Yeah.
Reese, your favorite kills would be nice asteroid.
Actually, I got a kill in my Osprey Navy in the Triangle the other day
Ooh,
with
okay.
some people with toast.
That sounds like fun. The Toasty Boys.
Yeah. Yeah, we were having fun, but I also got blapped by drifters twice in Jackdaws.
Commonplace and Pockman. All right, well, I think we're gonna call it here. I got a fireside meeting to get to, so I don't think we'll do it in the next show in 2 weeks. It'll probably be in 3. I will be out of town in 2 weeks, visiting family. So until next time, triangles, keep it murderous, because we never fly safe. And drifters, they always kill us.
Yeah, drifters, they're assholes.
All right, later, guys. See you in about
Y'all
3
have
weeks.
fun. Yep, yep.